Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping Carlotta is here kind of early today so she doesn't miss the opening. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this first and then we'll get back. Here we go. Good morning, Vegas. Hold everything. Here we go. Good morning. Are you guys ready? Here we go. If you say so, Mom, it's up to you. Good luck, Sammy. You'll get whatever you're looking for. This opening is dedicated to Carlotta. Oh, Samuel, it would help. You gotta know that. You'll get what you look for. Moment, you need to write to me at the site for something like that, okay? Thanks. We skip the life and let go. Turn cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick, but the crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder. Right, Rasta? This is a epic. Live with an orchestra. Right, Trip? Your mama's a wise woman, Paige. We picked a good one this morning, Gypsy. The lighter, shade of pale. I love organs. Love. I agree, Kim. I freaking love the organ. Right, RX. I think his name's Rayman Zarek or something that plays their organ. I'm over here rocking out. I'm not kidding you guys. I feel like I'm at a concert. Love you too, Jimmy. That's cool, Trey. We had one at our house. My mom played it. No idea. Shade of pale. Queen. At least Carlotta hasn't said that this is cornbread. King, that's cool. You play the organ. Carlotta hasn't called this cornbread. That's a good thing. Oh, Kim was the best part of church. I used to go up and um, stay up in the choir loft and watch her play. You're not going to believe the next song queued up. There's one more coming. Good, Carlotta. I'll be quiet. Shade of pale. Oh yeah, pumping that organ with their feet. Right, Mike? Even at his age, he was still cranking it. Song was around since the 60s. Okay, one more. One more. One more. Give me indulge pops this morning. Sandman just told you, Gypsy. Polyfill's the only way. You lay my feet on time. Good morning, MVP. Good morning, Bahar. It's a pop concert. You guys are at a pop concert this morning. And Ginger Baker on the drums. That's a great page. Look at this. Look, they're rocking. It's a pretty good video for back then, too. Oh my God, listen to that. I like Anthony, that part, Trip. Indeed. You could have different species in the same tent for sure. As long as they're in their own tubs. They play guitar better than they sing. Just saying. Who thinks they play guitar just a little better than they sing? Good morning, Christina. Yeah, go ahead and put them both, different species in the same tent, not a problem, as long as they want the same conditions and you keep them separate in their own tubs inside that. Because basically your tent's just a microenvironment, right? So invite them into that microenvironment. Okay, hold everything. We have a music committee working on the music for next week. They're going to give us a new choice of opening music, and then we'll see how we like it. So they'll get that to us next Monday. In the meantime, we'll stick with the good old faithful, pretty nice, peaceful, calming music that we play at tea. I do like this music. Welcome to the Detroit Mush Lab. .com, somewhere back here. We're going to do a question and answer here shortly, but I want to talk first and do a couple of giveaways. Then we're going to do a question and answer, and then I'm going to read something fun. We do rando factos here. The more I do them, the more I like them. They crack me up. They give us stuff to talk about, but we learn at the same time. Stimulates conversation between us, but we learn at the same time. And what I was recognizing about our rando factos, it's always about something in nature. So we're learning more and more about nature. Even if they're just little blurbs of things. Once in a while, we're going to do a funny fact instead of a rando facto. Okay, actually, we'll probably do a couple of rando factos still because there's one I can't believe that. I got to read that one out loud. You're not going to believe what these guys do. But let's do a funny fact. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 funny facts. I thought to myself, I think I could just read the funny facts. I'm not even going to give you Papo Reacto. I'm just going to read 5 funny facts, and you guys think about them during the day. Maybe tell somebody else, hey, I heard a funny fact today. Funny fact. You can get a rough estimate of the temperature. This isn't for growing mycology, people. This is for just like, well, I wonder what temperature it is outside. Not inside your tub. This doesn't count. You can get a rough estimate of the temperature by counting the number of times a cricket chirps in 15 seconds and then adding 37. Penny, how did you know already? Penny was telling us before I could even finish the sentence. She goes, oh, this is the cricket one, Pops, add 37. That's like counting the thunder, right? I mean, lightning and the thunder deal. Flamingos can only eat with their heads upside down. I'll be right back. I got to get something to eat. I'll be back in a minute. That's uncomfortable at a party. That'd be a little uncomfortable at a party, I think. The U.S. pizza industry serves up to 100 acres of pizza every day. 100 acres. Side by side, each pizza. Here we go. 100 acres. That's like an airplane landing strip. That's per day. After each player has moved 3 times in a chess match. I've moved 3. Anthony Thornton has moved 3. I get the feeling Anthony Thornton would be a really good chess player. I'd be afraid to play him. So I've made 3 moves. Anthony's made 3 moves. How many possible moves are left, Anthony? And anybody else? 121 million possible moves are left. That's kind of freaking me out. That's like a lot. 121 million possible moves after Anthony has made 3 and I've made 3. And this one I think I already knew. Camels have 3 eyelids to help protect themselves from sand blowing in their eyes. 3, 1, 2. There's my 3rd eyelid. What happens if they wink at the girlfriend? Which eyelid are they winking with? Let's do 1 or 2. Those were funny facts. Let's do rando facto. There's a difference. Listen to this one. Dolphins are smart, aren't they? Who knows? Give me 5 people agree dolphins are smart. We already know that. I knew that. Come on, Flipper. I watched Flipper when I was a kid. We all know dolphins. Wee, 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 wee. And what noise they make? Dolphins are pretty smart. So let's train a dolphin to get smarter. As a matter of fact, what if in training we find out that our dolphin is actually greedy? You think, oh, dolphins are wonderful. They're spiritual creatures. They just love everybody. They're not going to rip anybody off. They're wonderful. What about a dolphin that's a rip-off artist, a con artist? I mean, he's a rip-off guy. This dolphin, let me ask you if this is impeccable. At the Marine Mammal Studies Institute in Mississippi, dolphins were trained to bring trash back that fell into pools in exchange for fish. That's a nice experiment. Go clean up the environment. We'll feed you a little bit. Nice. That works. It's actually really smart. Dolphins, you go clean up a little bit, come on back, we'll give you a couple of fish. That's a good one. Until Kelly comes along. Kelly the dolphin. Not Bubblegum Kelly. Kelly the dolphin. He decides I'm going to mess up the whole program. Kelly, one of the smartest dolphins, had pieces of paper under a rock. And he would tear off small pieces and bring them back in order to get more fish. Kelly? I don't know whether or not to graduate you to the next level or to kick you out of the program. What the heck, Kelly? Resource guarding, Herbie wants to call it. Resource multiplication. What the heck are you? Okay, so what do you do with Kelly? No, this is the reason we do Rando Facto, so we could have these opportunities. This is a funny fact. Kelly really did that. That's Kelly. What do you do with Kelly? Do you keep him in the program? Do you graduate him to the next program, like the Big Thief program? You fire him? What do you do? You're in charge of the program now. Penny said you set him free. He graduated, baby. Hank said you make him the manager. Hank, you put him in charge of the whole program. Have him teach. Trippy says he runs for Congress. He's a politician. See, this is why we do Rando Facto. That is funny. You guys are hilarious. I don't know what to do with Kelly. That's my only problem. Like, what do you do with Kelly the dolphin? We're gonna have to probably have a whole meeting and everything. What do you do with Kelly? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Kelly's over there. Hey man, it's Kelly. Give me some more paper. Hey man, it's Kelly. Get me some more paper. You microdose him. Dang says you free Willy. Okay, do you guys want another Rando Facto, or is that enough? Who wants one more Rando Facto? It's pretty damn disgusting, I'm telling you up front. Kelly's smarter than most politicians, but Kelly's like them. He gets caught. Okay. One more absolutely disgusting Rando Facto that we're going to have to discuss. Okay, no, it's not blowfish. Okay, here goes one more. The Saturn's going, yay, it's disgusting. Go, Pops. Okay, it's true, though. Listen to this one. Sea cucumbers. You want to be a sea cucumber? I don't. There's not one part of me that's ever, desired to be a sea cucumber. As a matter of fact, I know nothing about them. They look like, aren't they kind of wormy looking or something down there? A sea cucumber. They have a defense mechanism. It's second most defense. It is the most disgusting defense mechanism you've ever heard of. You know what they do? Let me just read it. They mutilate their own bodies when they're feeling threatened. So I thought when I first read that, oh, they're cutters. They get out a razor blade, they cut themselves or something, a little mutilation. Oh, okay, I get it. No, that's not how they mutilate themselves. They poop themselves inside out. They poop themselves inside out. Now see if you want me. That's what they tell the predator. I'm going to poop myself inside out. As soon as I'm inside out, you tell me if you still want me. Sea cucumbers mutilate their own bodies when feeling threatened as a defense mechanism. They violently contract their muscles and jettison some of their internal organs. Poop! boom, out. There go internal organs right out of their anus. The missing body parts are later rapidly regenerated. Oh, I don't need that internal organ right now. I'll regrow that one. Don't worry about it. I'm going to poop one of my organs at you. Okay. I'm not sure we should leave it on that note. That's pretty disgusting. I don't know how they turn back. I don't ever want to deal with the sea cucumber again. And I'll finalize with this one because that's leaving me a bad negative mental image. I'm trying to erase the mental image. Blood type in dogs is different than the types found in humans. There are 6 main blood types, and 42% of dogs have that same type. 6 different types of blood in dogs. O positive, O negative, that stuff, they have a different blood type than us. I didn't know that. That is pretty interesting to me. Frito feet. Frito feet? Paige probably knows all about Frito feet. She knows everything. Frito feet is the term coined for when a pet dog's paws smell oddly of corn chips. I've never had that happen to me in my life. Here comes a corn chip dog. Frito feet. The yeasty odor is actually caused by a bacteria the canine has picked up. Ooh. Final thought. Honeybees are cool. We like honeybees, but most of us, we understand we need them. We know they're part of our ecological balance. We know that they're important. How important are they? Honeybee. We don't even understand the ripple effect of a honeybee. At least I don't. The more you hear about them, like, wouldn't the world almost stop spinning? Would the planet stop spinning if we didn't have a honeybee? At least our food source would dry up, right? We will die if they do, Gypsy. It's really hard to believe. The more older I've gotten, the more I hear different things. I'm like, I never knew honeybees were so darn important. No kidding. Honeybee. About 30% of all the food that Americans eat is actually pollinated by honeybees. 30% of what I eat, a honeybee started it for me. Wow. That's a lot. 30% of my food supply was pollinated by a bee. 85% of all flowering plants. 85% of all flowering plants were pollinated by a good old honeybee. Honeybees are also responsible for 90% of the pollen that is transferred to and from our orchard crops. All our orchard trees, etc., they wouldn't even be pollinated if it weren't for the honeybees. And unfortunately, 70% of the feral honeybee population has disappeared or died. We're wiping them out. Honeybees. I need to know more about them. There was a big part of me once, like a beehive in the back. I'd love to have a beehive. Love. I don't think they'd let us in this residential area, but when we move up north, I don't know if the temperature will allow it either, but I am dying to try bees. Have a couple of hives. Fascinated by it. I'd want to know more. First giveaway. Never winner beforers only. Never winner beforers only. Okay? I'm going to include anybody that didn't win, like in the last. If you've won in the last couple of months, please don't participate in this particular giveaway. Okay? If it's been quite a while, I'll leave it up to your discretion whether or not you join in. But I kind of know who you are. Obviously, I send the stuff out. So let's be honest with each other here. First of all, yourself. And join in if you feel like I just flat out haven't won anything in a really long time and I need to, or I never have before. Okay? Give me 5 people that understand what I just said. 1, 2. I've got 2 so far. What would Kelly the Dolphin do? He would participate. He won last week and he'd participate again right now. You know Kelly would. Okay? Nurse, you can jump in. Here we go. I'm going to make 3 statements. I'm going to make 3 statements. You're going to decide if they're true or false. The first 6 never winner beforers are going to have a chance to win. Here we go. Never winner beforers. The surface of the excuse me. The surface of the sun is hotter than the Earth's core. True or false? Lightning can be hotter than the sun. True or false? And the third statement, the moon has strong winds. True or false? So go ahead and submit your answers, and I'll tell you. So far, I don't see anybody that has it correct. Please only answer once. Only answer once. Okay, I've got 1 person correct so far. Uh-oh. Okay, keep answering. Anybody that has never won before. And if we've run out of those people so far, that's fine. I have 2 correct so far. I have a 3rd one. Only if you've never won before. I see a couple of people in here that have won before and they're answering anyways. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to close it there. 3 people got it correct. I'm going to read the answers to you, and then I'm going to tell you which 3 got it correct on my screen so far. The surface of the sun is hotter than the Earth's core. False. The temperature of the Earth's core is approximately 7,500 Kelvin, and the sun's surface temperature is estimated at 6,000. Next one, lightning can be hotter than the sun. True. NASA estimates that lightning on Earth can be 4 to 6 times hotter than the surface of the sun. And then the final one, the moon has strong winds. False. There is no wind on the moon. So the answers were false, true, false. The first 3 that I saw were Spoonie, Anthony Thornton, and Big Al. Spoonie, Anthony Thornton, and Big Al. So we're going to give Spoonie is going to be number 1. Anthony Thornton is going to be number 2. And Big Al will be number 3. Here we go. Good luck, you guys. Spoonie. Spoonie's going to get it with the number 1. Spoonie, what'd you win? You won a Pops box. It's got a nice affirmation card in it. I release all blame and I turn within to seek the truth. I affirm that I am willing to release the causes and patterns in my consciousness that are creating any negative conditions in my life. I am Spoonie. It's a great card for you. We've got a sticker. We've got a homemade from Michelle Coffin. We've got a key holder, keychain holder thing. We've got a Pops 10 pack in there. Penis Envy fruit, 100% Penis Envy. And then we've got some ghosts for you. 3 grams of ghosts in here too. So we'll get that out to you, Spoonie, when you get us your address at the DetroitMushLab.com. Oh, one other thing real quick. I need help. I need identification help. Lovely, lovely people that you are out there, send me these gifts. My gratitude knows no bounds. I mean that sincerely. Once in a while on the gifting, the gift people or whoever, the mailing, whatever, they forget to tell you who it is that sent it to you. You know what I mean? So it's like I open up a present and I'm like, who did it come from? I really want to take the opportunity to thank them. And I don't know who it came from because there's no information in the packing or anything like that. So it's like, how do you thank somebody that went out of their way, did something wonderful for you, and unless they ask, did you get it? You're sort of stuck. Well, I'm lucky because at least I have this program. So there's a chance that one of you may have been the one to send me one of my favorite things of all time. I love cheese. I'm a huge cheese fan. Used to be one of my favorite words. Used to use it all the time. I stopped using it because people got offended by it. I used to say everything was cheese ball. Oh, that's cheese ball. Cheese this, cheese ball, cheese ball. I don't do it anymore, but I love cheese. Did anybody send me this? Hickory Farms. Hickory Farms cheese ball package. Who may I thank for this? Eric Montgomery? Did you really send this, Eric? Seriously? Eric Montgomery? It's got farmers, it's got sausage, it's got cheese, it's got crackers. Eric, thank you. How nice of you. From Eric Montgomery. Eric, I'm sorry they didn't include your name and stuff on it. But thank you. That's good after a few beers, right? Speaking of beers, I think we're going to have some here tomorrow night. We're supposed to have a friend mess tomorrow night. Not a Christmas, but a friend mess. Eric, thank you so much. That was really, really, really incredibly sweet of you. Thank you, my friend, my good friend, Eric. You guys know Eric and I go way back, and we haven't stopped being really, really, really good friends. Eric, your package is in the mail, but it didn't get out till yesterday due to the weather and post office being closed and stuff. So a bunch of stuff went out yesterday, I'm happy to say. If any of you guys have been waiting for something, it did go out yesterday. I don't think there's much sitting around here today, except for a penny pack. Penny, I think I still need an address from you, right? Let me hold on a second. Yeah. Penny, you might have even sent it, but I missed it. But Penny, I need your address. There's a box sitting here for you. Okay? Question and answer. Go. Now, Penny's, I believe I sent it. I'm sure that you did, Penny. I'm sure that you did it and I missed it. I don't doubt that you did. Things were super busy here yesterday. So give me one more shot at that address. While I'm waiting for question and answer, Alternatives to coco coir, peat moss is one, but I don't recommend it because it holds too much water, and it's not as neutrally pH. It's not as pH neutral. It's very hard to find something. I don't work with anything besides coco coir, so I would be the wrong person to answer that. Sorry about that. A while ago, I made. How did that go? The Orbeez water bead. So here's what the water bead is. How you use the water bead in the water bead tech is it's the frosting. It's the casing. Remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about casing. My cake is still everything's the same, but the Orbeez, the water beads, we soak them with water, distilled clean water, and then that becomes our casing mix. So it goes over the top of the cake and it colonizes and myceliates around and through all those little Orbeez beads. It works phenomenally. That Orbeez holds a really nice layer of moisture over the top of the cake and sort of protects the top of the cake from getting contaminant down into it. So I definitely recommend trying it. It's fun. It looks beautiful. You will not get nearly the harvest that you'll get. Yes, in the Orbeez water beads. You won't get nearly the harvest because your mycelium's doing a lot of work to get up through the water beads. But it's a phenomenally fun experiment. Do it on a small tray scale at first. Okay? Any other questions? Well, give me another question here. Do you lose some quantity of liquid culture through the sterilization process? Scott, so no, no, you don't. So sterilizing simply means I've already put my liquid media in the jar, right? And then I'm going to take that liquid media filled jar. It hasn't been cultured yet. It's just the liquid media prep. I put it in my sterilization, my PC, and I pressure cook it at temperature for 15 minutes. When I take it out, now it's sterilized media. I haven't lost anything in there. Same amount stayed in the jar. I don't know, maybe there's the minutest evaporation out of the jar. I don't think so though. But I've got my sterilized media. I'll wait till it cools down and then I'll inoculate it with a small piece of agar, a small grain, or shoot some other LC in there to start that liquid media. Okay? Paige, I don't have a real answer. I'm sorry. On the cocoa, I don't have a recommendation for anything besides coco coir. I apologize. I don't know of anything else. Can I pasteurize my substrate by raising the pH? No, that won't pasteurize your substrate. And I'm not sure. You're growing some gourmets that I don't grow, Christina. So maybe some gourmets need a higher pH level. The cubensis want a neutral pH. So I'm looking to always have a neutral pH. Pasteurizing doesn't really change the pH level. It kills the microorganisms that are riding along in the cocoa or in the substrate. This is good. You guys are asking some really good questions here. A go-to place to buy agar. I don't have that. Well, I personally buy them. I don't pour my own plates anymore. A, don't have the time. B, I hate it. It's just one of my least favorite things to do in mycology. So I buy mine. I buy them from a bio medicine place online, and they cost $2 a plate. Very expensive, but it works. They work phenomenally well, and the company stands behind it. If they send me a plate and it is in any way contaminated or shows signs of contam, then I can send it to them, or not even send it to them, just tell them, and boop, they send me more. Outgrow is a good company, MVP. I've worked with Outgrow for 2 to 3 years. I even recommend from the company outgrow.com, their mushroom supply. I recommend their 1 pound bags of ryeberry. He sells 1 pound bags of already sterilized, ready to go ryeberry. And they're very nice. You can either inject them with your LC and get it going, or you open up the top, put your donation in, reseal the top, and work with it. He has 1 pound bags of, and he does a very good job of preparing them and shipping on time. I, I, I just have never had a problem with Outgrow. Midwest, Page, I have a lot more issues with. Midwest doesn't, they don't have the same quality as, and they're they were one of the very first people in the business to like, we're gonna create and have these mycology supplies, and they started sending out like even prepared jars for PF Tech and stuff like that. Back in the day, I would buy a few things from Midwest, and this is just back in the day. I haven't worked with them forever because I won't anymore. Half of what I would get from them was contaminated when I got it, half of it. And then you try to get something back from them for it, and it's a nightmare. So it's your fault that it was contaminated, not theirs. So I my personal experience with Midwest hasn't been good. This isn't gossip, not gossip. I tell the truth. Do it yourself is often the best, Green. I make my own subs, etc. I used to North Spore, or the Boomer bags. There was a company. What company does Boomer bags? I was like really lazy for a while, and I was like, or super busy, whichever. I forget what it was. You know, I'm just gonna get all my Boomer bags. You'd get 5 bags from the place, and 4 are great, and then one you'd smell, and it'd smell like chlorine when you opened it up, right? It would like you're like this thing soured. You don't know how long it was sitting on their shelf in their inventory area before they picked that bag and put it in a box and sent it to you. You don't know. It could have been sitting in there for 6 months, or it could have been like last week's batch. I don't know. So I feel like sometimes I've gotten both. So it was like, and you start getting those ones that smell like they're chlorine when you open them, don't use it. You're saying he makes them to order, Desi? I don't remember that being the case in the past, but I'm glad to hear that now. Okay? Christina kind of agrees. She started with Midwest. A lot of us do. They have good starter stuff, but they don't, especially their hardware, tubs and stuff. Rostamon Midwest got him too, right? Good, Momo. I'm glad to hear that. He bought a Boomer bag. He let it sit for half a year. Then he worked it and then waited 6 months and it's still alive. Fantastic. Okay, what do you mean when you say gasket sealed tape for your small containers? Joshua, great question. Gasket sealed tape is that foam tape that we'll buy at a hardware store to seal the cracks around doors or around windows. It's like a foam tape with a peel back, tape peel back. So I'll take that tape, take the, peel back off the back of it, and I run that gasket tape around the top of edge of my tub, around the top ridge of the tub. Then when I go to put my lid back on and clasp it down, I have much better control over the air not leaking out of that tub. So the reason we use gaskets is because we don't want our tubs to be leaky. They would be leaking out all that humidity that we want to stay in there. Remembering that that's super important for our good fruiting, is that we don't have leaky tubs. Okay. Yeah, it's the simplest, easiest thing to do. And I absolutely recommend that you gasket tub almost anything. If you're using a shoebox that doesn't have a gasket, put a gasket on it. Can I show you some gasket tape? I could. It's downstairs. Yep, I'll be right back. Leave it to Pops to always have supplies. Foam windowsill tape. Or it's that tape, foam tape. And you run that around the top of edge of your container. And boop, you've got yourself a gasket tub. Any other questions here? Because I'd like to. You're welcome, Joshua. Big Lots sells that stuff. I didn't know that. I get it at the Ace Hardware store at the corner. Overjoyed, I prefer personally PDA versus MEA. She's asking, do I like the malt extract agar or do I like potato dextrose? So ghosts and thrashers and there's about 5 different strains that we work with really strongly here, taking them to fruit and harvest. And our experience here is they work a little bit better on PDA than on an MEA. For some reason, and I'm not saying this is true and it's not scientific, but I just get the feeling Cubensis likes potatoes more than malt. At least we operate that way. We think our Cubensis likes potatoes a little more than malt. What about using tubs upside down tubs? Moist air will be trapped. You definitely want it trapped, but then you also need, Kelly, you also need access to it. That's why we have a lid so we could snap the lid off. An upside down tub, if we just left it like that all the time, where would our airflow be coming from? It'd end up having stagnant air in there. Okay. The clearest agar, I don't know. I think they're all have, just depends on how they're poured, what the base of the agar was. Yeah. See, Bridgie's agreeing. How would you FAE that? All right. Desi, I haven't been active to my Discord channel for one moment for almost a year now. The best Discord channel going right now for mycology, Sandman has it. Sandman has an amazing Discord channel. And if you get a chance, ask him how to get into his channel. I'm sure he'd be happy to have you. Bubble wrap and FAE. What is your question, Eagle? I didn't catch one there. But that's okay. All right. We did pretty good here. We answered a couple of questions, but better is you guys are answering each other's questions. You guys are answering each other's questions, and that's a really one of the good things that we use this forum for. Okay, and the truth is, nobody knows all the answers, and my answers are good for me most of the time. You know what I mean? My answers usually work for me. And so I'm just telling you what works for me, not that what I'm telling you is coming down from on high. No, no, no. It's just what works for us. But my experience has been when somebody knows what they're doing, or when you see what they can do and you want to be able to do it, copy them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's one of the things, like you figure it out and then like, who does it really good? I want to do it like them. Who does it really, it's like I used to talk, not so much anymore, the Patriots, but 2 or 3 years ago when Tom Brady was there, I want to run my team like the Patriots. They seem to go to the Super Bowl all the time. I don't want to run my team like, the Houston Texans. They always seem to be in trouble. So you sort of practice, model yourself after something that's successful. consider or enter. If you try to comprehend air before breathing it, you will die. Anybody suffer from overanalysis? Anybody suffer from an paralysis by analysis? Does anybody suffer from that? Trepidation? Overthinking it? Well, once it's perfect, then I can move forward. Streaks of perfectionism that hold you back? Used to. Ooh. Once it's perfect, I can present it. Wow. So I have to wait until this guy has it all together, and in the meantime, I'm out here drowning. I have to wait till he figures out how to throw a rope to me perfectly. In the meantime, I'm going under, bro. We can only consider things so long. Do you have a plan? It's coming to the new year. I hate New Year's resolution stuff. We should be resolving every day to this being our best day. Our 4 agreements tell us that. If we're always doing our best, every day is a resolution day. But pretending we're buying into the program of New Year's resolutions, you have plans. You guys have ideas. You have things you want to accomplish. You better. You're mycologists. And then some of you are, well, I'll get around to it. And then I'm not talking about procrastination. I'm talking about not leaping. Mycologists are good leapers. We're supposed to be. What does Terence McKenna say about it? That when you leap, where do you land? You land on a soft feather bed. You think there's a bunch of pointy stuff down there that's going to poke you in the ass when you land? Not so. Just the fact that you leapt meant you probably grew some wings on the way down. You can only consider things so long. Stand at the edge of the cliff. Either you're going to jump or you're going home. Either you're going to be a mycologist or you're just posing like Pops did as a surfer. Either I'm going to get in the water with my board or I'm just going to sit on the beach with my blanket and act like I know what I'm talking about. And go home and know you're a hypocrite. Know you're a phony baloney. Or get in the water. When I was a kid, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story and then finish this reading. It's only 1 paragraph long. It's amazing, though. It's deep. Because it's telling us to get outside of ourselves. It's telling us, stop standing at the edge. When I was a kid, I was 5 years old. Maybe 4. And we were rambunctious kids. Myself and there were 6 of us in our family. And I was a middle kid. And I had a little sister right behind me. A year removed from me. And in our garage, give me 5 people who want to hear this story. Give me 5 people who want to hear this story. I'm looking for eye contact here, okay? You guys are ready for the story. It's not a big story, but it has a kind of lesson in it. So, my sister and myself, my little sister, just 1 year younger than me, her name's Geraldine. Pretty name. So Geraldine and little Chris are in the garage, and in our garage, maybe 4, 5, 6 feet up, just above headspace, my dad had built this big shelf, big deep shelf, and he stored a bunch of stuff, trunks and old tools and stuff. It was up on, we called it the trunk shelf in the garage. And you'd have to climb a little ladder over at the end to climb up there to get access to the loft in the garage. So of course you're a kid. You've been told 100 times, don't climb up into the garage shelf. Where are you going to go? You're going to climb the garage shelf. Of course. All they have to do is accidentally leave the ladder up, and boom, I've got to go up there and see what's up there. So I scramble up the ladder. My little sister Geraldine's like, oh, he's going up there? I'm scrambling up there too. So now you have two little rugrats, 6 feet up above off the ground, doing something that we were told not to do. Now, Pops was always a daredevil. Always a daredevil. Bad, bad, bad. I'm 5, maybe 4, and I'm standing next to the edge of the trunk shelf. And I'm telling Geraldine, dare me to jump. I'm going to jump. And she's like, don't jump. And I'm like, dare me. And I'm getting ready. And I'm the daredevil kid. I'm going to jump. All of a sudden, woof, I get pushed from behind. Geraldine's tired of me teasing her, tired of me making, oh, come on. She just went, woof. Off you go. Well, my dad hadn't cleaned the garage that night. There was a saw laying on the floor in the garage like this. A saw laying on the floor. You can still see it to this day. See this scar right here? Pop's 5-year-old head lands on that saw. Cut it right open. My mom, 2 weeks earlier, had finally afforded, we're going to get new carpet. Threadbare, we had the worst carpet in the whole neighborhood. She gets a new set of carpet put in the living room. Little Chris goes running into the house, blood pumping out of his head, all over the living room carpet. Mom, Mom. Off to the hospital you go. Pops has a scar for the rest of his life that he's embarrassed about. Now I have to comb my hair over the scar, all of that business. Oh, why did I tell that story? Because I stood at the edge for too long. I stood at the edge too long. If I'd have jumped on my own, I probably would have missed. Or if I'd have not played the game in the first place. I stood at the edge too long. I might have a little PTSD from that because Pops doesn't stand at edges anymore. He is not an edge standing dude. Pops jumps like you wouldn't believe. Consider or enter. We can only consider things so long. After a while, all the information, all the options and opinions, they'll just begin to weigh us down. After our deeper eyes have seen the situation, you know your deeper eye. All the well-meaning voices inside telling us what we should or should not do will start to feel like strings we can't cut through. This was poor Hamlet's fate. He overthought his life away. He overconsidered which way to go until he felt stalled and oppressed by just being in the world. It is natural enough to be cautious and thoughtful, especially when faced with an important decision. But often the only way to know what awaits us is to live it. What's inside your tub? Grow it. Stop thinking about it. Stop telling yourself, oh, I'm going to go get a tub this week. I'm going to start. Live it. Stop telling yourself you're going to go be kind tomorrow. You're going to go do it now. Well, on the 1st, January 1st, I'll quit smoking. What's wrong with today? This brings to mind the revelation that came upon a Hindu sage centuries ago. One day in the middle of their morning prayers, the sage suddenly rose and ushered his students away from the monastery. He rushed about them and shooed them back into life like little ducks, proclaiming, "This day is to be experienced, not understood." God, that's good. Experience your life today. Don't try to understand it. Giveaway. Giveaway. Let's give away a Hague's box. We're going to give away a Hague's box and then a Pops box. 2 quick giveaways. Give me 5 people that liked our message today. Kimberly has already said she did. Right? That's good stuff, Gypsy. And I mean it. I remind myself I read it 3 times this morning, but I'm also looking at it going, you know what? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I do this. I was the kid that learned, right? I learned you better jump or you're going to get scarred for life. You're going to carry around a scar. And in my case, it was a physical one. Don't hang around the edge for too long. Let's do a giveaway. Car part. Give me a car part. This, what I wrote down here, every car that I can think of has, at least, has this in it. Has one of these. Go. Echo, Ego's like, I don't have to go to group today. Good. This is group. Hold on a second. I'm seeing this. Fuel injector, a transmission, a radiator, exhaust pipe, an LOL, a windshield, a carburetor. Okay, so this will be under the hood of the car. Under the hood of the car, what I picked. Okay, don't let others make your choices. Seats and seat belts and radiators and lug nuts, carburetor and a format and a gear shifter and a brake and a screw and a gas tank and an alternator and an engine and a gas pedal and a radiator and a solenoid and a connecting rod and a speedometer, alternators, radiator, air filter, wheel hub, turn signal. So no car would turn on without one of these. Okay, windshield wiper, sport bar, wipers, windshield, spark plugs, axles, pulley air filter, alternator, air filter, hood stand, a pulley, a Haysan man, a valve cover, spark plug, battery, close, timing belt, motor, a windshield wiper, a spark plug, starter, spark plug, transmission filter, starter, windshield, intake manifold, hose, valve, ignition, starter, alternator, spark plug, wing nut, ignition, battery, close, battery what? A horn, gasket, that would have been a good one. An engine, a radiator fan, an ignition, a crank, a starter, a key, a battery, what? Battery blank, starter, battery, starter, air filter, engine, distributor, carburetor, starter, flywheel, battery blank, fuse, ignition, intake, starter, terminals, close, tin can, close, snufflegus, battery wire. I'm going to give it to Snuffleupagus. I'm giving it to Snuffleupagus. Battery wire, he says. Battery cable. We're going to get battery wire. Snuffleupagus. This is good enough, Snuffy. That's close enough, you Snuffleupagus. Okay? A battery wire. There we go. We are going to give him a Hague's box. Okay? Here we go. Snuffleupagus hasn't won anything here in a minute and a half, so that'll be a good one for him. Okay? Inside of that box, remember people that are, I'm starting to hear some people go, oh, I said it. I'm reading off of my screen, you guys, and I can only go off of what's on my screen. So hang in there with me and believe that I'm trying to be honest here. We've got ourselves a candy cane, tie-dyed candy cane. You're also going to get a bunch of stickers and slaps from the state of Maryland. You're also going to get a handmade tag from from Hags and Moms. You're also going to get the coolest napkins in town, honestly. And let's not forget that he wants to give you a 3.5 grams of golden halo that he personally grew. And these things are some blue motor scooters. Okay? That's correct, MVP is saying, just because it shows that order on your screen is not what I see on mine. Let's not have to do that conversation all the time, guys, okay? It's sort of, I have to be honest with you, it's a trigger of mine that I'm working on. I don't want to be upset with people that think they won. Because I understand it from your perspective, too. You're like, gosh, I thought I said it. I get it. I really do. It's probably the single biggest disadvantage of trying to give something away is you're disappointing some other people too. So it's kind of, that's the single biggest disadvantage. And we're technologically challenged. You know, we're not all seeing the same screen and stuff. Okay? So, I'm not randomly picking somebody or randomly passing anybody by. Yeah, it's just not how we want to do it here.
Not at all.
No. So let's do a final giveaway. One more giveaway, and this one's going to be fun too. One moment. I thought I had the page marked, but I don't. Sorry. Here we go. Here we go. Livestock. Livestock. Let me read this to you first. The world chicken population is more than double the human population, while the world's cattle population outnumbers the population of China. There are more pigs in the world than the entire population of India. Enough turkeys for every single American citizen on Thanksgiving. There are enough turkeys in the world for every American citizen to have Thanksgiving. That's livestock. Okay? Types of livestock in the world. Most populous types of livestock. Top 10 livestock. I picked one off of the list. Food that we can raise to eat. Go. Duck, sheep, rabbits, iguana. Goats, salmon, goats, lamb, rabbits, cows, emus, turkeys, pigs, and emu and chickens. Chickens is number 1 on the list. I didn't pick it. Emu, rabbits, pigs, goats, fish, goat, cows, chickens, pigs, goats, horses, alligators, chickens, pigs, fish, frogs, lambs, ostrich, geese, horse, pigs, dogs, quail. I can tell you that it's native to America. What I picked is native to America. Lamb, frogs, fish, quail, alligator, lobster, quail, llama, hamsters. Hamster is livestock? Dove, deer, lamb, frogs are livestock. You're right, Desi. Sheep, deer, tilapia, shrimp, Saska Mojo. Saska just got it with buffalo. Saska Mojo just got it. Saska, did you win yesterday? I can't remember. Did Saska win yesterday? Saska, it was buffalo is the one that I picked. Chickens is number 1. Cattle number 2. Sheep number 3. Pigs number 4. Ducks number 5. Goats number 6. Turkeys number 7. Buffalo number 8. Saska, oh, that's Sean saying give it to Mushmouth. 8 is buffalo, 9 is horses, and 10 is donkeys. Okay? Saska didn't, I'm looking, I'd like to be able to give this box to somebody. I feel like you won, like if it wasn't yesterday, it was a day or two ago. Okay? I won a Higgs box last week. Yeah. Saska, I'm gonna ask you if you would give your box to somebody. I'm just gonna beg you to do that, and I'm gonna send you something too. I'll send you a Pops 10 pack and 2 grams. I'll promise to do that. But I want you to give this box to somebody. Nope, you give it away, Saska. Go ahead. And then you also send me an address. I'll send you a 10 pack and 2 grams of fruit. Okay? And in the meantime, you re-gift this to somebody. I'll wait to hear who you want to give it to. It sounds like Mushmouth might be able to use it. Sounds like Mushmouth might be able to use it. It also looks like there's a giveaway. Saska's already saying send it to Mushmouth. Perfect. So Saska, please send me your address. And Mushmouth, Saska's going to be sending you a card that says, I am surrounded and filled with infinite wisdom. I am the one with the very power that created me. This power loves all its creations, including me. Get out of your head, bro. He's sending you a keychain, stickers, a Pops 10 pack, 3 grams of Ghost, pretty much what I'm sending him. Okay? All except for the card. So Saska, you send me an address, and Mushmouth, you send me an address. And we'll take care of you both. I'm going to put Mushmouth down on this. And Saska, I'll wait to get your address, and I'll send you that situation. And thanks for being kind and generous. I am trying to make sure everybody gets something here. If you've won something just in the last week or so, there's a bunch of people that haven't. Okay? And we just really want to take care of them. Right? Ripple, ripple, ripple. Ripple like you're a tsunami. You guys, thank you for being here today. I had a really neat day. I hope you did too. We'll continue to grow this thing together. Super kind people. Thank you. Have a great day. Scroll me out of here. I'm super excited today. I just feel good right now. You guys are kind. I saw an act of kindness, Oscar. Thank you. Okay? MDK and Kimberly. MDK, I saw you saying I feel like I'm always on you. MDK, you know I've even have you blocked on IG because you won't stop sending me crazy stuff. Now you're doing it on my email, and now you're over here complaining a lot. MDK, if you can't play and you don't like Pops, etc., please find another place to go. It's okay with me. It really is, and I'm not trying to be rude. I've just taken this opportunity to tell you. I've had to block you on IG because you wouldn't stop it. Now you're doing the same crazy stuff to me on my email. And I'm asking you to stop that. And I'm asking you to stop complaining here. Just, if it isn't your spot, there might be a better place for you. And that's okay. All right? Thank you. MVP and Slingy and Lexington and Nerdy and Shasta, thank you. And Saturn and Gypsy Life and Carlotta and Spoon and Spoony again and 71, there he is. And Exceptions, and Exoska, and Whiskey, and Mike Buddy Ball, and Jakey the Snaky, and Sid Hunter, and Nurs, there she is, and Censored Citizen and Spoony Smash, and Rob and Kate, and Coco Loco is still saying solenoid, and Shawnee Sean and Kimberly. Okay, and Harry K. the Third, Harry the K. the Third, Jesus Christ and Lexington and Mimic, and Herbie and Nomi Gnome King, and Sean and Rasta. How you doing, Doc? And Desi, you had a great day. Ewok and mycology. I like your post mycology at home. You're doing a great job. Kimberly, IKA every day to every person. Okay? Hate it when you have to block someone. Eric and Saturn, Snuffleupagus and Overjoyed and Censored and Coco Loco and Pops. You guys, please have a wonderful day out there. Go be wonderful and have a wonderful day. Pops, peace, love, be kind to one another. Out.